everyone, we are here at Adepticon 2018 at the Corvus Belli booth with one of our absolutely favorite people, Carlos from Corvus Belli, and we are looking at one of their new games, Aristeia, which brings this new kind of modern take on miniatures. We've seen this in games like Shadespire and God Tier, and now on Aristeia. You guys were some of the first to do it. You're using hexes, you cut the rulers out, you've got smaller forces. Run us through how Aristeia works, Carlos.
Okay, so Aristeia is the super sport show of the future. Okay, everybody's watching this. This is the Super Bowl of the future. Okay,
so this is like a sports-based game then?
Totally.
Okay.
And it happens in Infinity Universe, so it has the same context of the Infinity Fluff from the Infinity War game. Okay, this game is a bit like a spin-off from Infinity. Okay, so you will notice certain references to companies or factions from Infinity in this game. Okay, that's the setting.
Okay.
When Infinity soldiers get back at home and they turn on TV, they watch this sport. Okay.
Makes sense. Perfect sense.
Okay, so we have here an arena, okay, like a gladiator arena, and we have teams of 4 aristos, which is the name of the gladiators of this kind of sport.
Yeah.
In this game, you can compose your team with the 4 characters that you want. Okay, you cannot repeat the same character 4 times. Okay, but you can choose any character you want.
So that means there's no factions that we have to play and bring together as a team. We play any models that we want.
No, the core boss recommends you some team composition, but once you dominate the game and you will understand it very quickly, then you will compose your own deck and your own team. Okay.
Nice.
And we have expansions and stuff, but those expansions are also 4 characters, and it's almost like a pre-assembled team. But if you know how the game goes, you will notice I want this character in my team because of what he will add to the rest of the
totally.
Aristos.
So basically the expansions, I could buy and have a team right there ready to play, or I could pull 1 or 2 models out of that expansion, put it with my current team, and have now a new team that I'm
Both
playing.
the statements are true.
Nice, excellent. All right, so how does this thing work? I see hexes. We're going to be moving around. Is there a ball of some kind?
Okay. Look at the board. Okay, these elements are infinite height walls. You cannot jump around it, and they totally block a line of fire.
Okay, all the way up.
Yeah. These are obstacles, okay? Certain characters can also interact with them. This gives you partial cover, okay? And do not block line of fire, okay?
Okay.
Also, you get partial cover from being next to one of these walls, okay? So, we have already deployed, okay? We have our team there. And in the first turn, we have to get into the central zone, okay? It goes like that. And whoever puts more characters into the central zone will score points, okay?
And this is the center zone, these hexes right here?
Totally.
Okay.
So, and after that first turn, where the central zone is the scoring zone, the player who gets behind in the scoring will choose the next zone.
Interesting. I love this so much. Okay, so you've solved the problem of getting armies to engage, basically. Because you're basically saying everybody needs to meet in the middle, and then from that point on, we're going to be running to various zones throughout the game, trying to score.
And there are different scenarios that gives you different approaches and different missions to do the stuff. This marker here, this is the underdog marker, okay? The player who has this marker, this is the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Okay, if at some point your character and my character have the same initiative value, for example, this is the tiebreaker. This is the thing that decides who decides the next activation, stuff like that.
Okay, makes sense.
And whoever gets in behind in the scoring gets the tiebreaker. And the guy with the tiebreaker decides every turn which zone is the next scoring zone. So that makes, in a certain way, that one player doesn't get too far away from the other player.
Yeah, perfect.
It's a balancing tool.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's introduce the characters, okay?
Yes.
So, we have here Maximus, okay? Maximus is a veteran Aristo, has many different champion rings from many different editions of the league, okay? He's very protective with his shield, okay? He's a very good team player because he protects his allies constantly. He can take damage from attacks from the enemies, and if he's adjacent to an ally, he can take the damage on himself.
Okay, so he can guard the other guys.
Apart from that, we have here Parvati. Parvati is like a support character, okay? She can heal the allies, and she's a very well-balanced and rounded character. Fast in movement, can perform attacks, can heal, can reset, very well complete character. As you can see, we have a tank, we have a support, we have a controller, Hexer. Some will say that this is the most important character of the core box because she doesn't perform attacks, but she can displace objectives or characters. Okay, she can freeze them or displace them. Just with that, she's super influential in the board. Okay.
Nice.
And now we have a ranged sniper here. This is Major Luna, which can be also used in Infinity. It's an Infinity character also, and she is obviously a one shot, one kill character. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
On your team, we have your tank, which is 8-ball, okay, which is kind of Kung Fu Panda guy. Okay? He can displace enemies and switch spots with enemies or allies. Can also push your allies further in the board, okay, because this game is so much about positioning. Okay.
Yeah.
You have also Miyamoto Musashi.
The classic.
Okay. Samurai, obviously close combat, demolishing. If the dice are a bit with you, you will slash 2 characters, 3 characters in a row. Tremendous. Okay. Wild Bill, the usual cowboy from every video game. Okay. Range shooter. Okay. Has a lot of tricks with the car because he has this kind of poker player going on. You will notice there his skills. Don't worry. So and finally Gata, who is a fragile character, okay, but she is incredibly effective in reaching the impossible spot of the board, okay. Suddenly your characters are here and your scoring zone is here. Nobody can reach that position. Gata can, because Gata can jump over the people and perform incredible and unexpected moves.
So you're talking about the characters. How much of this is inspired by something like an Overwatch or a MOBA style game?
Has a lot of MOBA thing going on. I think that the rule designers have really made a lovely effort and a lovely achievement in really translating the synergies of the MOBA games into a tabletop game.
Nice.
Okay, you are going to play it. Okay, believe me, you will understand the game before the end of the first turn, and in the middle of the second turn, you already want to buy it. You are going to buy this game. You are going to buy this game with your American dollars. So,
I'll be a little more convincing than that.
Yeah. I compelled you. So we have these little cards here. Okay, get them in your hand.
Okay, take them both. Take them all. All right, taking the cards.
This is the activation grid. Okay, and you will plan your turn. Okay, and you will face down the characters in the order you want them to be activated.
Understand.
So this is a very tactical moment of the battle. Okay, of the match. Okay, and you also have here this resource, which is very valuable. We will begin the game with 4 of these cards in our hand. 3, 4. The game also has a lot of team building and deck building stage into it. So now you look at your cards, and you will notice that the cards have this clock here that tells you when is the moment to use them. Okay, many of the cards adds dice to the roll. And that's the thing. And the dice are very simple. This is not infinity D20s with +3, -3. This is symbols, okay? And this you just have 3 kind of symbols. The stars, that we call success.
Yeah.
The shields, that we call blocks, and the exclamation marks, okay? The most obvious thing in the world. The shield blocks the star. Look at this. Okay, wherever you get a shield, you will block my stars if I am attacking you, for example.
Seems pretty straightforward. Totally understand.
Rocket science, you know. So, the exclamation marks will have different uses depending on the character you are working with.
Is that when we just start yelling? Is that what that means?
What?
We just start yelling at each other when the exclamation
Oh
point
yes,
comes up?
well, look at the logo. It's Aristeia! It's like that, has an exclamation mark at the end. Sorry, sound editing. So, now you look at your cards, okay? You know what you have. Sometimes there are generic standard cards, which is just adding 1 dice to the roll, but then the characters also bring their own cards to the deck. And some characters bring really exciting stuff, really groundbreaking movements that will give you victory, okay?
So there are some cards that, the characters you bring will add cards to your deck. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Sometimes you will include characters in your team just because of the cards they bring with them.
Understand.
Some characters who are incredibly efficient in their profile, maybe they have very weak cards because their profile is incredible and stuff like that.
Nice.
In one of the expansions, there is like a Chinese sorcerer who is nothing in the board, but his cards are madness totally. So the character design was a very creative moment in Corvus Belli.
That's so good.
So what we're going to do now, and this is the first turn, and this is your first game, don't worry about it, okay? Look at your characters and decide who is going to be the first one to be activated, and you're going to flip it over, okay, and put them, okay, on the board, okay? And this is secret, this is played face down, okay? And now, okay, everybody ready? Everybody ready? Okay.
Ready.
First character to be activated, and we flip it over. Boom, boom.
I go as well?
Show it to me. Boom. 4 and 4, 8 ball and Maximus. Oh, they have the same initiative value, and I have the underdog marker. This solves the tie. So, because now I have, let's say, the higher initiative, I decide who goes first.
Okay.
Okay, this does not decide I go first. I decide who goes first.
Yeah.
Okay, so, just to show you how the game goes, I'm going to go first, okay? Every character in Aristeia has 5 energy points, okay? So I'm going to just represent it with this marker here. I'm going to put this marker here. 5 energy points. If you look at the card of the profiles, they have actions and they have the cost of energy point of action points that every action costs.
Totally.
And moving costs 2 action points.
Okay.
So I spend 2, boom, boom, 2 action points into moving. And I move as many hexagons as the speed of the character, which is the foot symbol here. 3. So moving. 1, 2, 3. Maximus is very slow. He's a big guy, but he moves slowly. And I want, obviously, to put my characters inside the scoring zone. That's the whole point of the game, okay? So I'm going to spend 2 more action points and move again. 1, 2, 3. Maximus is slow. Maximus got into the scoring zone. Maximus doesn't have any kind of action that just requires one energy point, so he's done. He got inside, he's a very unstoppable guy, he's there. That is the activation of my first character. Now is your moment for activating 8 ball.
All right, so we got 8 ball. We have 4 movements,
Yep.
and it costs me 2 energy to move.
Yep.
So let's spend 1, 2
Yep.
to move, and I'm going to move 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
For example, yes, correct.
And looks like we got a showdown about to happen here. So
Well,
let's.
your attacks do not have enough range to hit me there. Your attack, look at this. Here, if you look at the card, you will notice the cost of action points that needs to be spent to perform that attack, the dice you will use, and the range
The
that
range,
it has.
right.
Everything comes here, and these are the switches that you can do. This switch, this use of symbols when you're rolling dice can be done in any kind of roll, because this is here, okay? And when performing this kind of attack, if you get exclamation marks, you can spend
Displace
them
the target.
in displace the target. That's it.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Well, let's get right up in your grill here. I'm going to spend 2 more energy.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Up to my face.
Let's
That's
do
it.
it.
Okay. You have spent already 4 points. You
4
have
points.
no actions of just point cost 1, so you're done. Okay.
Done.
And that's it. Okay. The beginning of the turn. The tanks occupying the scoring zone makes sense because they are the ones who can defend themselves better. Maybe the rest of the characters are trying to kill them or stuff like that. Pretty basic. Let's go with the next character. Who is your next character? Miyamoto Musashi, oh my god. And my character is Hexer. Hexer has an initiative value of 5. Miyamoto Musashi has a higher initiative value of 6. Miyamoto Musashi decides who goes first now.
I would like for you to go first.
Okay, very bad decision because Hexer is incredible. Get ready to be amazed by this, okay?
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Hexer spends 2 action points, 1, 2, and she performs move. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Hexer. And now we begin finally rolling dice, which is the funny thing here. Hexer is going to perform base retro, which is this green skill. Okay, base retro. Because base retro is not an attack, it's green, it's not red. Okay, she will be rolling 3 yellow dice, these 3 yellow dice, in a range from 1 to 4 to a valid objective. And right now, 8 ball is a valid objective to me. Okay, because
Easily.
I have line of fire.
Yeah.
So I will displace the target if I manage to have stars in my dice. And apart from that, Hexer has the same switches that has 8 ball. If I have exclamation marks and shields, I can spend them in displacing myself. So
Oh, cool.
basically, she's going to push 8 ball out of the scoring zone and get himself inside by doing this.
Beautiful.
And the worst part, the drama part, is that it just costs 1 action point.
That's awesome. You can do that as many times as you want. You do that a bunch of times in a row.
As long as I have
That's
energy
great.
points.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Here comes my roll. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. So no shields at all. Tons of exclamation marks and tons of stars. But you know what? When you're performing an action, you just need 1 star to have the result.
Right.
Any additional stars are meaningless.
Doesn't matter.
So I'm just moving 8 ball, 1 hexagon away. Okay.
So a displacement is ever like it's only 1 hexagon at a time.
Yes.
Displacing
correct.
is 1. Okay.
Yes. But in the switches, you can use the symbol as many times as you want.
Very cool.
If the dice give you that.
Yeah.
So
So I'm glad you didn't get any.
yeah. So another action point, another roll. There you go. And now I do have the most wonderful phase of the roll. This star gets 8 ball out of the scoring zone. Okay, and this allows Hexer to displace herself twice.
So you can use it twice. It's printed on the card. You have a shield and an exclamation point next to the displace ability. So once those things come up, you can spin them to continue to use that ability as many times as you can, given the
1
dice.
and 2.
Nice.
Amazing, incredible. And I still have another action point to performing 1 last time. And this time what I'm going to do is to displace Maximus in the center, okay?
Nice.
So here it comes, last roll. And totally fail.
Look at that.
Look at that, look at that. Nothing. That's totally worthless for me. Okay, but I was able to push 8 ball out of the scoring zone and put Hexer inside. And by putting 8 ball there, I'm blocking the access from that line. So
That's a problem.
That's a problem for you. For you. So now is the Miyamoto Musashi moment for action.
Yep. Okay,
If you look at the card of Miyamoto Musashi, you will realize that he has a movement value of 5.
5.
And he has a demolishing attack. So what are you going to do?
So let's start by moving. I'm not going to be able to move and get in where I can launch an attack on you.
Oh.
So I'm just going to have to kind of position myself
Yeah.
to kind of stay out of danger but get close.
Consider that the second turn, everybody will be there, and then Miyamoto Musashi will have his party, you know?
Yeah. So let's move. I can move 5. Let's just get a little bit closer in here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, yes.
Let's hide there. Now, I don't know that I want to do anything else. I could potentially maybe move around here. I could cut across here. But aside from that, if I don't get into melee range, I really am not going to be doing much.
Yeah, maybe you want to save Musashi for another moment.
Let's do that. I just want to leave him here.
Cautious movement. So good, so okay with it. Okay, so third activation. Luna against Gata. Look at Gata. Gata's initiative value is
7.
totally top. 7. Nobody has a 7. Okay, just Gata. So Gata decides who is being activated first.
All right, so here's the thing that's going through my head. I know that she's probably not the greatest fighter or defender.
Correct.
So I want to make you go first so that you can't attack her
Wise
with your
decision.
action. Okay, so let's have you go first.
Okay, Luna is like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. From this position, Luna has line of fire against Musashi because this doesn't block line of fire. Okay. Musashi has cover, but you know what? Luna has marksmanship skill that nullifies your cover.
Oh no!
Okay. She's a sniper. She's a killing machine. So what we're going to have finally here is the real business. It's a face-to-face roll.
Okay.
Musashi is a very dangerous character to attack because look at this. Musashi can switch shields and make them become successes.
Wow.
At any roll, at any moment during the match. This means that if my attack is demolishing and you manage to have a few shields but you see that you're going to die anyway, no problem. I will chase all the shields into stars, because in this game, while defending yourself, your stars can also create damage in the attacker.
Wow, very cool. That's a cool ability. So I can basically reflect those bullets back at you with my katana.
Totally.
Makes sense.
So let's make a lovely roll here. The attack, have to look for the defense value of Miyamoto Musashi, which is green and blue.
Okay.
This and this. This is going to be your roll. But you have cards. You can boost your roll. Okay, maybe you have cards there that allow you to include dice to your roll, and suddenly you are much more dangerous to me. Okay.
When would I actually? It tells me when I would play those right here on the card.
Yeah, before making a roll. That's what you're looking for.
I'm technically about to make a roll, so I think I'm going to play a card. I'm going to play a dodge.
And I'm going to play a dodge. No, I'm going to play a focus also, which is essentially adding a yellow dice.
All right, so this says add a blue. You're going to add a yellow.
Yep. I'm going to roll this roll, and then just to make you know this, my exclamation marks can nullify your shields. Okay, and I have already a success in my roll. Okay.
Oh, you get one right
Yep.
off the bat. That's really smart.
Let's do it. Okay, well, 3 shields, very simple roll. You have three blocks, okay, and I have 1 exclamation mark, another exclamation mark, and these symbols, and a success already in my roll.
Okay.
So, the switches, the character who has the initiative decides who makes the switches first.
Okay.
I decide to make the switches first, so my 2 exclamation marks nullify
Cancel
one
my
of your blocks.
blocks. Okay.
So you are blocking 2 of my shots, okay? But I have a third one, so I just perform one wound to you, just 1 wound. Miyamoto Musashi has 4 wounds, okay?
Nice.
You are suffering just 1 wound. Apart from that, nothing else.
So I could make the choice technically. I could take 2 more damage and do 2 damage to you if I wanted to.
And I block 1 of them because I still have a shield.
Right
here.
out. So I don't want to do that. Let's keep Musashi safe. But I could.
You could if you want, and imagine that I have a ton of stars.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm going to die, but I'm going to make all the pain that I have.
Yeah.
Because I totally sacrifice my defense. Which is a samurai thing.
Yes.
You know that the samurais usually raise their swords over their heads?
Yes.
Which implies I'm not defending myself, but if you get in range, you will die. That's
Yeah.
a samurai thing. That is the guard when protecting the danger. Okay? So,
Well, I lived.
you live, you just suffer 1 wound. That was major rune activation, and now Gata can perform her action. Allow me to show you what Gata can do.
Please
Okay.
do.
Gata has this ability which costs 0, okay, and is free run. That means that when Gata moves and she has a movement value of 5, she can do like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Wow.
8.
So that's always on because it's 0 cost.
Yep. So
That's amazing.
for Gata, the obstacles and the characters are like I can jump over them. So if Gata is here and the scoring zone is here and there's people around, she can.
Yeah, this is
So
awesome.
The movement of 5 and 5 that she can perform can become 14, for example.
All right, I love it. All right, so let's do this. Let's spend our 2 points for a move.
Okay.
Let's do
1,
1,
2,
2, 3,
4, 5. You're inside. Yeah.
5. We're in there.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the first thing. Then,
Now allow me to help you here. You have an action that just costs 1, okay, which is misdirection, and it's green. It's not an attack. I won't defend myself from that. This happens when Gata is running and passes around you, and he hits you with the tail on your eye. And you get blinded by that.
that's right.
So that will be just rolling a yellow and an orange dice, like this. And if you manage to have a star, it will be lovely for you.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yep.
And then we get a star. And I've also got a couple of switches. I've got 2 exclamation points I can displace myself.
Yeah.
And then I've got 2 that can nullify a hit from an adjacent opponent's roll, which would make sense not on this roll, but on future rolls. All right.
Perfect. But you have everything. You have everything here. Look at this.
I have the world.
You just needed 1 star, and you get it. So you're blinding, and I put in the dazzle state on Hexer. Hexer, who is a witch that is so much around pushing stuff. Now she can only perform that action in 1/1 range.
Nice.
So If this happened to my sniper, for example, it's the worst thing.
It's the worst thing possible.
Okay. So, and apart from that, you can displace yourself and end up not being in contact with an enemy, for example, and that is very useful. And you can still perform another movement if you want, which is incredible.
It's amazing. But I want to stay in the hexes, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to leave right now.
But just to make you understand how great Gata is, can perform a lot of stuff and take advantage of many characters.
I haven't counted it out, but I almost feel like she could have ended up at the sniper and tried to blind him, which is amazing.
I did that in a video battle report that I made for Visual Work.
So good.
Totally crossing the scoring zone, and the other one was like, what? And reaching the other deployment, and the other one was, what? So.
All right, I think that is all that I want to do with her.
Okay, let's go with the final character of the first turn. And I have a lower initiative value. You decide who goes first.
6. I would like to go first.
Okay.
Just to do it, you know. We let's see what we're doing here.
Okay.
So,
yeah, check those cards. Yes.
I want to use a catch my breath at the beginning of a character's activation. I can draw 2. So that's 2 more of these, right?
Notice that I didn't explain that to him. He totally understood from the card because he's very well written. Okay. It's not confusing, guys. He already understood the game. He's playing, the first turn hasn't ended yet, and he's already playing it. He's not looking at me confused, like, what is this happening? No, he already got it. He has it. Because this game is just 13 pages of rules, and then all the fun in the world. It goes like that.
All right, we know exactly what we're doing.
Say hi. This guy, best in the business. Best in the business.
Let's go with that.
You can go. Now you can go.
All right, I'm going to spend 2 points here to move.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do that. I know I have a range of 6 here with my twin pistols.
Yes. Thank you.
So that's what I want to do, which means I have 3 action points remaining. And I want to take a shot here with my twin pistols ability. So I'm going to get a red die and 2 orange.
So he already dazzled her, but that wasn't enough. So he's going to kill her. Because she's wearing red. I don't know. But the level of punishment against Hexer is too much here.
Oh, hold on. We need to do this even better. I've got an idea. So let's see, I had 3 movements. I'm going to go ahead and take my 4th one because I just read what Twin Pistols does. So how does line of sight work?
You have no line of sight. You need from one of the edges of your hexagon to be able to have a straight line to 2 of the edges of your objective hexagon.
All right, so if I were to do something like displace myself to move here, would I then have line of sight to him?
I will say no, because Hexer is in the middle.
But I want to shoot both of them.
Well, in fact, since Maximus is next to her, whenever the damage you execute over Hexer, he can take it to save her.
So it's kind of going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back to my original plan here then.
Okay.
All right, let's leave it.
He gets back to the column to hide behind
I'm scared. Okay, so let's take these dice.
Yeah, and because you have cover, you have a black dice also. And I'm going to boost my roll using a tactical card to have an additional
Add the dodge.
blue dice.
So this is an amazing thing about this game that I just realized, that because it's possible that you might do damage back to me during my offensive roll, I even am adding my cover bonus ahead of time as I'm making that attack.
Yep.
So that's why this black die is here. That's pretty cool.
And the cards allows you to cheat a little bit the luck, because you are adding dice to the roll constantly. So, okay. Oh wow.
Okay, so we've got a blank, a block, a hit, an exclamation, and it comes with
your attack has already a hit. So I
baked
see
in.
3 hits there.
Yep.
Okay. The exclamation mark, you will need 3 exclamation marks to
do the ability.
Do the ability.
Makes sense.
And you will need 2 seals to draw a card.
Draw a card for my switch ability.
On my side, Oh wow, I send you back 3 damages, and you're still able to block one of those. I'm blocking your one of your attacks.
So I've got 3 -1, so I'm doing 2 damage
2,
total.
and I prefer Maximus to take those 2 than Hexer taking those 2.
And you're doing 3 back to me, -1, so I'm taking 2 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to give you here. 2
Thank
drops.
you.
So as you can see, that was painful for both of us.
Let's never do it again.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Why are we fighting anyway?
just have some trees or something. You know, peace, everyone.
Peace. And that was a 3 energy ability, or a 3 action point ability.
Yeah,
so
you
that's the end
move
of my
and you
turn.
shoot. Yep, and you can interrupt your movement and then continue moving in the
Nice.
game.
Okay, good
so
to know.
You just move 1, 2, 3. You can move your 4th hexagon if you want after performing the attack.
Let me do something fancy just because I can.
Yep.
So during a character's activation, I can displace myself.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and just get out of range
And you
there.
can still finish your movement by moving another hexagon.
Oh, that's right, because I still have 1 banked.
Correct?
Let's just get ahead of time in this 5, because I know that's where the action's going to happen next time.
Well,
Maybe I want that cover, actually.
that's the thing.
He's scared.
Because you cannot choose a zone occupied with a character as a scoring zone, but you can. So it's next to it. Will be able to shoot and get inside. Super
Makes
cool.
sense. Okay, great. I'm happy with that.
So my last activation, Parvati. Okay, Parvati moves 5, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Let's make it a bit exaggerated, and that is the end of the turn. Okay.
Yeah.
So who has more figures inside? I do, but you
Hard
still
to
have.
tell.
You still have one of yours inside. That means that instead of, if I happen to have nothing inside, I will make 3 victory points. But because you have 1, I just happen to have more than you, I will make 2 victory points.
Okay.
So I'm getting 2 golden things here, okay? Boom. It's the end of the turn, okay? You get 1 card, because it's the end of the turn. And I get 1 card, and because I score points, I get another card. Okay. That's the end of turn 1. Okay, now we get again the grid back to the hand. If someone was killed and went to the infirmary, okay, now he will move to the bench. Okay, that's what happens. Nobody totally dies. They go to the infirmary, they go to the bench, and they come back to the game with a -2 to energy. That's how it goes. You become the underdog now because you are behind in the scoring. So you choose which is the next scoring zone, and you have a 4-dimensional thinking there, thinking about the future during the turn. And now you know that zone 5 is obviously the scoring zone, right?
So I can choose zone 5 at this
Yes,
point.
because you didn't put him inside. You realize about that. That's what pretty smart for your first battle here.
Makes so much sense. So if I had somebody
So-
in the zone, I can't choose it.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, let's choose zone 5. Clearly.
Makes all the sense in the world.
And then we would lay out our characters.
Yep.
And then things continue as usual. Now, how does this game ultimately end? How many points are we trying to score?
This game lasts 5 turns, and whoever scores 8 points, the game can end immediately if someone reaches 8 points.
Okay, so whoever's ahead after 5 turns, or whoever gets to 8 points first, will win the game.
Correct.
All right, Carlos, tell me a couple of things.
Yep.
As you've been demoing this game, and you guys released this in December of 2017.
Yeah.
Was the big moment. What have players liked the most about Aristeia? What have you noticed?
Well, it's a tricky question. The thing is, I have been for years promoting and demoing Infinity.
Yeah.
Infinity is a dense game. So suddenly promoting a game that is so elegantly written, elegantly designed, which is so simple. You understood the game even before the end of the turn 1.
You weren't lying.
Yeah. So these symbols that are pretty straightforward. The cards are very concise, very coherent. It's not complex stuff. The characters, once you understand one, so the simplicity, the elegant I don't know how to
It's
speak
just
English
smooth.
properly.
I mean, everything is working as intended. It's
Yeah.
like nothing's very confusing throughout the game.
So here at Adepticon, people who are having demos of Aristeia are buying Aristeia.
That's a good sign.
Because they can take it to the room and play it immediately, because
Yeah.
they already understand it. That doesn't happen with Infinity.
And the models are pre-assembled?
The models in the basic box are plastic and pre-assembled. In the deluxe collector's edition, apart from those same models, you will have an extra box of the metal copies, Corvus Belli Infinity quality.
Okay. So that's the Infinity players who really were obsessed. You guys got huge with Infinity because the models look so good.
Yeah.
So if they're looking for that metal model, I want to like put it together, paint it, and have that really detailed piece. You have that option.
Yes.
And then you have the basic starter, which is the immediately can open it up, don't have to put anything together, can start playing the game,
Yes.
paint things up, and get it on the table.
Yes, and in addition to that, Corvus Belli, for supporting even more the game, has decided to make alternative skins, alternative looks for characters. So we have an alternative Maximus in metal that goes like an Spartan in the movie 300, and we have an alternative Parvati, which is like a Victorian automata steampunk look, and it's
Real.
metal. So you go to a tournament, and suddenly the other guy is playing with Parvati, but you have the special Parvati, so both figures are not just the same in the board.
Right, and they just look different. They don't act different in the game.
It's the same profile, but
Exactly.
But you will have also the card in the blister with the other look, and we have alternative artwork for the characters. Now we have released the expansion with 4 more characters, and by the end of the year we will have 24 characters. If you look over there, you will see the banner of Aristeia with 8 characters. By the end of the year, we will sell that as a poster, white poster with 24 characters.
Wow.
All of them with their cards, with their profiles, very different from each other, very designed in a very creative, fluff-wise way. It's not like, oh, line infantry with mimetins, line infantry with
Yeah.
skin. No, everybody's super different from each other.
So what is your long-term vision for Aristeia over the next 2-3 years? Where do you see this game going?
I see tournaments becoming a thing. I will say that the Corvus Belli events, apart from having Infinity, now we'll have the spot for Aristeia, and I see more women, more girls playing. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I see that they enjoy it and they understand it, and it's not about war. You know, it's
absolutely.
something more funny. Children maybe also enjoying it. I see parents playing with this with the children, which was totally unexpected, but okay, if you do that.
Well, it's so easy to understand.
And it's colorful, and it's not war,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, Carlos, absolutely the best of luck. This looks like an amazing game. Thank you so much for sticking around and talking to us. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Aristeia. If you listen to Carlos during this demo, you have to buy the game now, so sorry that we conned you into that one, but I think you'd enjoy it no matter what. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep playing.